Hey everybody, welcome back to Cascadia Dispatch, prepping for non-preppers. I'm Casey, and it's been a minute, and we are back on location. You may be wondering where we are. Yeah, it looks like a house in the background. Surprise, surprise. We're in the backyard, and I've been talking about on Prep Talk Live, which is the stream that we do every Wednesday or almost every Wednesday, and podcast available on all your favorite podcasts. Go ahead and check that out if you'd like to. I'll link it somewhere down below. But anyway, we are talking about the bunker office that we are building, and a lot of people have been asking me, like, what is this thing? Why are you doing it? So I wanted to do a quick little tour, we've kind of started, but I just wanted to kind of show everybody what we're going to do, what the plan is, and then feel free to follow along and enjoy what we do over the next couple of months. So this, as I've said, we are on location. This is our backyard. It is, as you can see, a bit under construction. Obviously, there weren't things like this, like frame and stuff over there, but there are the chickens over there. So what we're gonna be doing is over here, you can see the wonderful little stakes in the ground. This is outlining where the new office is gonna go. So we're actually gonna build a building here. The landscape crew is coming out to add a retaining wall. So we're gonna have a retaining wall over here. All of this is gonna get pulled out, and we'll have a retaining wall, which will make it a little bit easier to get up to this garden bed. We had big bushes that were up over there like 2 days ago that are now gone. So that's gonna be a lot more functional. You'll kind of come down over here, and then we're gonna have the bunker office is gonna be over here. The stakes, give an idea of the size, it's gonna be 12 by 14 for the actual building. There's gonna be about an 8-foot deck off the front. So some area for me to kind of sit down and do office things, but also for friends, you know, we can use it obviously for other spaces. But the building itself is gonna be an office. And the reason we're calling it a bunker office is because why just make it an office? It's gonna be out here, it's gonna be in the yard. So we're gonna try to do some cool, fun things to it. I think we've talked about maybe excavating either under the deck or under the building to do maybe some underground storage. There's been a lot of conversation about trap doors and things. So we think it would be kind of fun if maybe there was some sort of a hidden storage, you know, either under the deck, and this is where the deck will go, or actually in the building, underneath the building floor. So we're working on some of those sorts of options. There will be back here, we have this kind of platform. This is where the old chicken coop was. So this is where the chickens used to live. They have now been moved all the way over there. They have the new omelet tractor. They are loving that, and they are much happier kind of where the tomatoes are. Thus the old tomato frames are over there. So we've been doing a lot of moving around. But over where we used to have the chicken coop, so this is gonna have one of the 275-gallon IBC totes. We're gonna add that here. We're gonna do rain catchment. So we figure, as you can see, there aren't actually any real trees. So we aren't gonna get a bunch of leaves and grossness into it. So it'll be pretty clean water. So we're gonna do rain catchment there. We're also going to be getting rid of our tumbler composters, and we have some new composters that we're gonna add here as well. So this is gonna be compost and water catchment. We are going to add on the side, probably on this side somewhere, we're gonna add a ham radio antenna. So I've had a ham radio for a really long time, a Yaesu 400, that has never really worked because when I try to use it in my office, which is right there usually, it doesn't really work out very well. The interference is not really great, and the reception's pretty bad. So we're hoping that putting a better antenna with some clear line of sight will actually make that work a lot better. So we're gonna do that. We have talked about doing a bunch of other things, solar potentially. I would love to have some solar panels because, as you can see, we have great solar. It's pointing in the wrong direction. That's like northeast. So it's not the right direction for solar, but we're hoping that with no shade, that would be helpful. So we'll try to put some solar on and then some emergency batteries. And the idea being that if there was an emergency, we could utilize this structure, or at least the components in the structure, to help us in an emergency. So it's not going to be obviously underground. We're not excavating all of this and burying it underneath, but hopefully we'll be able to add some things that would augment, like for example, we have the natural gas generator back over there, the whole house Generac. That's been fantastic for us. We've had a couple of little brownouts and blackouts over the summer as people were using the grid more and more, and that thing kicks on. So that's wonderful as long as we have natural gas. But if there's something that breaks the natural gas line, like an earthquake, then we'd love to have some solar and some solar batteries. So until we actually put a whole grid on our house or whatever, we're actually hoping that maybe we can put a small grid on this at some point and then run some batteries. So this would kind of be, I know that when we say bunker, a lot of people think, okay, it's gonna be underground and heavily fortified. Ultimately, it's going to be an office, but with some really cool bunkery things attached to it. And we're hoping that it's going to be a fun little lab to test some stuff out. So this is where it's going to go. As you can see, first step was moving the chickens. We're getting all of this taken care of. And then in the next couple of weeks, month or so, we'll have electricians out. They're going to be running all of the power lines down over into this area. And then we'll break ground on the structure probably mid-November. So the goal, for me at least, is between now and November to find some of the products that we're going to use in there, maybe make some videos about what we're going to do. We're probably going to have a contest to name this thing. We've been calling it the Bunker Office, but I'm sure that our viewers can come up with something that's way more clever than that. So we are going to be coming up with some of those sorts of ideas, and then we'll kind of follow the action through the middle end of November into December. Once it's all built, then we'll show the move-in thing, and then as we add more things, whether or not we're going to be able to get solar by the end of the year, or whether that'll go into next year, we don't know exactly. Obviously, this is a pretty big investment that we're going to be doing, so we don't know exactly budget-wise if we're going to have enough left over. We keep kind of adding little things here and there. So whatever we get done this year, we'll get done, and then we'll continue to follow it over the rest of, into 2023. So hopefully this is kind of giving everybody an idea of what we're doing with the Bunker Office, what the project's going to be. We're going to be doing little updates as they are. We'll have them on YouTube Shorts. We'll have them on TikTok. I'll put some videos together. And then as we get new products and ideas and things that would be relevant for preparedness, not necessarily, no one cares about what keyboard I'm going to get necessarily for my office, but if there are things around water purification or something that we're going to put in there, I'll be sure to make videos about that as well. If there are other things you guys would like me to be focusing on and providing information about, I would be more than happy to do that. So go ahead, leave your comments down below if you have questions, thoughts, ideas, naming ideas. Stay tuned for the contest to name it. That'll probably happen in a couple weeks. We'll start that off. But anyway, I just wanted to jump in. I know I haven't been on for a little while, but want to jump in, give kind of an overview of what this Bunker Office is gonna be like. We'll probably have some drawings and stuff as we go, but stay along. Hopefully you'll want to enjoy the project and stay along with us. So thanks again. We will see you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.